Ben Potter, known to millions as Comicstorian, was an American YouTube personality, comic book enthusiast, and former U.S. Army Ranger whose passion for storytelling transformed the way fans engaged with comic books. Born on May 18, 1984, in Rhode Island, Potter died tragically on June 8, 2024, at the age of 40 in a single-vehicle car crash near Fort Collins, Colorado. The accident, which occurred when his Toyota 4Runner veered off Interstate 25 and rolled multiple times, resulted in fatal blunt force injuries to the head, as confirmed by the Larimer County Coroner's Office. With over 3 million YouTube subscribers and nearly 4,000 videos, Potter's Comicstorian channel brought Marvel and DC stories to life through audio dramas, reviews, and analyses, making comics accessible to a global audience. His death sent shockwaves through the comic book community, prompting tributes from fans, creators, and industry figures. This biography explores Potter's journey from a comic-loving child to a digital pioneer, his vibrant lifestyle in 2024, and the legacy he left behind. Potter's early life was rooted in Rhode Island, where his love for comics was sparked by his father's collection. As a child, he immersed himself in the colorful worlds of Marvel and DC, captivated by the intricate narratives and dynamic characters. However, his enthusiasm waned during the 1990s when complex storylines like the Clone Saga, a convoluted Spider-Man arc, became difficult to follow. This temporary disconnection from comics shaped his later mission to make the medium more accessible. Growing up in a middle-class family, Potter was known for his curiosity and warmth, traits that would define his personal and professional life. Little is documented about his formal education, but his path took a significant turn when he enlisted in the U.S. Army in the mid-2000s. Deployed to Afghanistan as an infantry soldier, he worked in a military hospital, where he rediscovered comics through DC's 52, a series he found more straightforward and reignited his passion. This experience not only rekindled his love for storytelling, but also laid the groundwork for his future career, as he began to see comics as a way to connect with others. After receiving a medical retirement from the military, Potter returned to civilian life with a renewed sense of purpose. In 2014, he launched the Comicstorian YouTube channel, inspired by his own struggles to re-enter the complex world of comics and his wife Nathalie's desire to understand superhero movies without reading the source material. The channel, based in Windsor, Colorado, became a cornerstone of comic book fandom, amassing over 3 million subscribers by 2024. Potter's content was diverse, ranging from dramatic readings of comic storylines to detailed analyses of Marvel and DC universes, with occasional forays into manga, anime, and video game lore. His signature audio dramas brought stories like Injustice and Secret Wars to life, giving each character a distinct voice and personality. His narration style, described by fans on X as infectious and engaging, made complex arcs accessible to newcomers and seasoned readers alike. Beyond Comicstorian, he ran eligible Monster Gaming, with nearly 200,000 subscribers, and Mangastorian, focusing on Japanese manga, as well as hosting the weekly Pull and Absolute Comics podcasts. His final video, Why DC's Reboots Beat Marvel, posted on June 7, 2024, reflected his ongoing commitment to sparking discussion within the comic community. Potter's career was marked by his ability to bridge the gap between comic book enthusiasts and casual fans. At a time when the Marvel Cinematic Universe was gaining mainstream traction, he provided context for moviegoers unfamiliar with the source material. As noted by YouTube comedian Hassan Kader in a CBC News interview, Potter's channel launched when people who weren't nerds were going to see comic book movies because of big actors, making his content a vital resource for new audiences. His videos, totaling over 1 billion views, covered everything from character origins to major events like King in Black and Civil War. Fans on Reddit praised his ability to summarize intricate plots, with one user noting, "Comicstorian was how I learned about so many comic events, particularly for those without access to local comic shops." His influence extended beyond YouTube, as he collaborated with industry figures and attended events like the YouTube Shorts Asian Pacific American History Month celebration in New York City in 2022. Comic book writer Scott Snyder, in a 2024 X post, recalled how students at his son's school recognized him not for his Green Lantern comics but because Potter had covered them, highlighting his cultural impact. Potter's lifestyle in 2024 was a blend of creative hustle and personal warmth. Living in Windsor, Colorado, with his wife, Nathalie, he balanced a demanding content creation schedule with a supportive home life. Described by Nathalie in a June 10, 2024, X post as loving and genuine, Potter was a devoted husband, son, brother, and friend who made time to listen and uplift those around him. His home office, often featured in videos, was a creative hub filled with comic books, collectibles, and recording equipment, reflecting his dedication to his craft. He was not overly active on personal social media, focusing instead on his channels, where he shared his enthusiasm for storytelling. Physically, he maintained a disciplined routine, a carryover from his military days, which allowed him to produce near-daily content. His interactions with fans, both online and at events like PAX East 2018, were marked by approachability, with one ex-user recalling, "He was always so cool to talk to when we crossed paths." Potter's love for comics extended to his personal life, as he and Nathalie bonded over shared interests, even if she preferred movie summaries to reading. The Comicstorian channel was more than a job. It was, as Nathalie described, one of his greatest accomplishments. Potter's work ethic was evident in his output of nearly 4,000 videos over a decade, covering everything from Batman to Resident Evil. He also ventured into writing, contributing to Bloodshot for Valiant Comics, showcasing his deep understanding of the medium. His spin-off channels and podcasts allowed him to explore diverse interests, from gaming to manga, broadening his reach. Financially, his success was reflected in an estimated net worth of $1.5 million, derived from YouTube revenue, sponsorships, and merchandise, though he prioritized passion over profit. His lifestyle was grounded yet vibrant, with trips to conventions and collaborations with creators like Paul Tweddle of Heavy Spoilers, who called him an incredible YouTuber that pioneered so much, in a 2024 X post. Potter's ability to make comics accessible resonated with fans worldwide, particularly in regions like South Africa, where comic shops were scarce, as noted by a Reddit user. On June 8, 2024, Potter's life was cut short in a tragic accident on Interstate 25 near Fort Collins. Driving southbound at 9:19 a.m., his Toyota 4Runner drifted off the right shoulder, crossed the frontage road, and rolled multiple times. Despite wearing a seatbelt, he suffered fatal blunt force injuries to the head and was pronounced dead at the scene, as reported by the Colorado State Patrol and the Fort Collins Coroner's Office. No other vehicles were involved, and investigators ruled out drugs, alcohol, or speeding as factors, with the crash reports suggesting possible drowsiness, though the exact cause remained under investigation. Nathalie announced his passing on June 10 via the Comicstorian X account, describing it as an unfortunate accident and requesting privacy for their family and team. The news prompted an outpouring of grief, with fans on Reddit and X sharing memories of how Potter's videos shaped their love for comics. One fan wrote, "His videos entertained me for hours back in the day," while comic writer Robert Venditti noted his role in connecting new readers to the medium. The impact of Potter's death reverberated across the comic and YouTube communities. Tributes from industry figures like O'Shea Jackson Jr., who wrote, "I'm heartbroken to hear this news. One of my favorite follows on YouTube," underscored his influence. Fans on Reddit shared personal stories, with one recalling how Potter's narration of the Injustice arc inspired their own storytelling. His channel's legacy, as Nathalie vowed, would continue, with plans to maintain Comicstorian to honor him by continuing to tell great stories by great people. In 2024, Potter's team was exploring ways to carry forward his vision, though no specific plans were announced by year's end. His final video, uploaded the day before his death, showcased his forward-thinking approach, discussing a new sub-channel or playlist, a poignant reminder of his ambition cut short. Potter's lifestyle in 2024 was defined by his dedication to storytelling and community. He was a fixture at comic conventions, where he connected with fans and creators, sharing his infectious enthusiasm. His military background instilled a sense of discipline and camaraderie, evident in tributes from former service members, like a Reddit user who served with him at Fort Riley and described him as a hero in actions and words. His home in Windsor was a place of creativity and support, where he and Nathalie built a life centered on shared goals. Potter's love for comics was not just professional but deeply personal, rooted in childhood memories and rekindled through his military service. His ability to make everyone feel heard, as Nathalie noted, extended to his audience, whom he engaged with humor and sincerity. The loss of Ben Potter left a void in the comic book community, but his legacy endures through his vast library of videos and the inspiration he provided. Fans on X and Reddit vowed to binge his channel for hours, preserving his voice in their memories. His work democratized comic book storytelling, making it accessible to those intimidated by the medium's complexity. As one fan wrote, "Ben's videos were the main reason why I got into reading comics and storytelling." His passing, just weeks after turning 40, was a stark reminder of life's fragility, yet his impact continues to resonate. Nathalie's commitment to preserving his channel ensures that Comicstorian's stories will live on, a testament to Potter's vision of sharing exciting stories and well-written characters. His life, though brief, was a beacon for fans, creators, and loved ones, inviting all to honor his memory by celebrating the stories he loved.